Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chill English Channel. I'm Sophia, and I'm very happy you're spending some time with us today.
And I'm Jake. Whether you're listening at home, on the bus, during a walk, or while doing something around the house, we hope you can relax and enjoy some natural English with us.
Today, we're talking about something that is probably very close to you right now. Actually, it might be in your hand at this exact moment.
Oh, I think I know what you mean. Are we talking about my coffee?
No, Jake, although your relationship with coffee could probably be another episode.
Fair enough. Then you must mean our phones.
Exactly. Today, we're talking about being addicted to your phone or simply feeling like you use your phone much more than you really want to.
And this is such a common experience. Phones are useful, entertaining, and sometimes necessary, but they can also take a surprising amount of our time and attention.
We're going to explore this topic in clear, natural English for B1 to B2 learners, so you can practice listening while thinking about your own daily habits. You don't need to understand every single word. Try to follow the conversation, notice useful expressions, and enjoy the topic.
And before we go deeper, we have a simple question for you to think about.
Here it is. What is the first thing you usually do when you wake up in the morning?
Be truthful with yourself. Do you get out of bed, drink some water, open the curtains, and peacefully begin your day?
Or do you immediately reach for your phone?
I already know which one you do, Jake. Hey, don't expose me this early in the episode.
So you check your phone first.
Unfortunately, yes. I usually tell myself that I'm only checking the time.
The famous "I'm just checking the time."
Exactly. But somehow, checking the time becomes checking messages, then I see a notification, open an app, watch a short video, and suddenly, 15 minutes have disappeared.
That sounds very familiar. I think a lot of people experience exactly the same thing.
The strange part is that sometimes I don't even decide to pick up my phone. My hand just reaches for it automatically.
And that word, automatically, is important. When something becomes automatic, we do it without really thinking about it.
Like opening the refrigerator even though you aren't hungry.
Do you do that too?
Apparently, I have many problems.
Well, at least you're discovering them today.
This is becoming a very educational experience for me.
But seriously, that automatic behavior is one reason phone use can become difficult to control.
Yes, you might be waiting for an elevator, standing in a line, sitting alone for 2 minutes, or even waiting for your food to arrive.
And almost immediately, the phone comes out.
It is as if every empty moment needs to be filled with something.
I noticed this about myself recently. I was waiting for my coffee at a cafe, and I reached into my bag for my phone.
Was there something important you needed to check?
Nothing at all. That was the interesting part. I had no message to answer and nothing I needed to do. I simply felt uncomfortable standing there with nothing happening.
That says a lot about how our habits have changed.
Yes, because years ago, waiting was just waiting. You might look around the room, notice people, think about your day, or simply be bored for a minute.
Now, boredom almost feels like an emergency.
Exactly. The moment our brain says, nothing is happening, our hand says, don't worry, I have a phone.
And suddenly, we have endless entertainment. Videos, messages, news, games, photos, music, and social media.
Of course, using these things doesn't automatically mean you have a serious addiction.
Right. We use the word addicted casually sometimes, like saying, I'm addicted to this game, or I'm addicted to watching cooking videos.
But there is still an important question we can ask ourselves. Do I control my phone use, or does my phone sometimes control me?
That question makes me slightly uncomfortable.
Maybe that means it's a useful question.
Probably. So how can someone notice that their phone use is becoming a problem?
One sign is checking it constantly, even when you know there is probably nothing new.
You checked 30 seconds ago, but somehow you think the entire world may have changed since then.
Exactly. Another sign is losing track of time.
That happens easily with short videos. You think, I'll watch 2 or 3, and then you look at the clock and 40 minutes are gone.
And sometimes you can't even remember most of what you watched.
That is the scary part. You spent the time, but you didn't really choose how to spend it.
Another sign can appear when you are with other people. Maybe you're having dinner with a friend, but you keep looking at your screen.
Or someone is telling you a story and you hear the words, but part of your attention is on a notification.
Your body is in the conversation, but your mind is divided between two places.
I've definitely done that before, and afterward, I sometimes realize I missed part of what the person said.
Me too. And phones are designed to attract our attention, so resisting them isn't always easy.
Notifications are especially powerful. A sound or vibration can immediately make you curious.
You start wondering, who messaged me? What happened? Is there something new?
And sometimes it's just an app telling you about a sale you never asked for.
Yet you still picked up the phone.
Exactly. And once the phone is in your hand, it becomes very easy to open something else.
That is why this topic is not only about how many hours we spend on our phones, it is also about attention.
Because attention is limited. When something constantly takes small pieces of it throughout the day, focusing deeply can become more difficult.
You might sit down to study English, read a book, finish some work, or simply have a quiet conversation.
Then your phone lights up beside you, and suddenly your attention moves away.
Even if you don't open it, part of your mind may start wondering what the notification was.
Which means the phone can distract you without you even touching it.
And that brings us to an interesting idea. Sometimes the biggest problem isn't the phone itself, but the habit we have built around it.
A habit that can become so normal that we stop noticing how often it controls small moments in our day.
I think that idea of a habit is really important because most of us don't wake up one morning and decide, today I'm going to spend 4 hours looking at my phone.
Exactly. It usually happens in small moments. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and by the end of the day, those minutes become hours.
Have you ever checked your screen time, Jake?
Yes, and I immediately wished I hadn't.
Was it that bad?
Let's just say my phone and I were spending more quality time together than I expected.
That is one interesting thing about screen time. It shows us the difference between how much we think we use our phone and how much we actually use it.
I remember thinking, there must be a mistake. I definitely wasn't on my phone for that long.
And then you looked at the details?
Yes, social media, messages, videos, browsing. Suddenly the number made sense.
This brings us to a useful word, awareness. Awareness means noticing and understanding what is happening.
So before changing a phone habit, it can help to simply become aware of it.
Exactly. You don't have to immediately delete every app, throw your phone into a drawer, and disappear into the mountains.
Good, because I'm not prepared for mountain life. I need Wi-Fi.
Jake, I think you missed the point.
Probably.
A simple first step is to notice when you reach for your phone. What were you doing just before that moment?
Maybe you were bored, tired, stressed, lonely, or trying to avoid something difficult.
That last one is interesting. Sometimes we use our phones because we don't want to begin a task.
Oh yes, suddenly cleaning my email inbox feels incredibly exciting when I'm supposed to be doing something difficult.
Or you decide you need to watch one video before you start working.
And then another video appears, and obviously you need to watch that one too.
This is called procrastination. Procrastination means delaying something you need to do, often by doing something easier or more enjoyable instead.
Phones make procrastination very convenient because entertainment is always only one tap away.
And sometimes the reason is emotional. Maybe you've had a stressful day and you want your brain to escape for a while.
There is nothing wrong with relaxing, of course.
Not at all. Watching funny videos or talking to friends can be a perfectly healthy way to relax.
The problem is when 20 relaxing minutes become 2 hours and you feel worse afterward.
That difference matters. We can ask, did this activity actually help me relax, or did it just keep me busy?
I've noticed that sometimes after scrolling for a long time, I don't feel rested. I feel mentally tired.
Same here. There is so much information coming at you. One person is traveling, another person is exercising, someone bought a new house, someone is giving advice, and someone is making the perfect breakfast.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting there wondering why my breakfast never looks that beautiful.
Social media can also lead to comparison.
Comparison means looking at someone else's life and measuring your own life against it.
And the comparison is often unfair because we usually see selected moments from other people.
Their holiday, their promotion, their beautiful dinner, their happiest photos.
But we don't see every boring afternoon, every argument, every mistake, or every difficult day.
So we compare our complete life with someone else's best moments.
And if we do that often, it can affect how we feel about ourselves.
This is why reducing phone use isn't only about getting more time. It can also be about protecting your attention and your mood.
So let's talk about some realistic ways to change the habit without making your life unnecessarily difficult.
I like the word realistic because advice like never use social media again probably won't work for most people.
Exactly. One simple idea is to create phone-free moments instead of trying to have a phone-free life.
For example, you might decide not to use your phone while eating.
Or during the first 20 minutes after you wake up.
That one would be challenging for me.
Which is probably why you should try it.
I walked directly into that one.
Another useful moment is before bed. Many people plan to sleep at 11, but then they take their phone to bed.
And 11 becomes 11:30, then midnight.
You can make the habit easier to change by charging your phone somewhere away from your bed.
Then when you wake up, it isn't the first object you see.
Another strategy is turning off notifications that aren't important.
You probably don't need every app asking for your attention throughout the day.
Exactly. You can choose when to open an app instead of allowing the app to choose when you look at it.
I like that. It changes the relationship. You are making the decision.
You can also move distracting apps away from your home screen.
That sounds almost too simple.
It is simple, but adding even one small step gives you a moment to think, do I actually want to open this?
And sometimes that short pause is enough to stop an automatic habit.
Another idea is replacing the habit instead of only removing it.
So if I normally check my phone while waiting for coffee, what could I do instead?
You could look around, take a few slow breaths, think about your plans, or simply allow yourself to be bored.
Being bored sounds strangely difficult now.
It does, but boredom gives your mind space. You don't always need new information entering your brain.
And I think we've forgotten what quiet moments feel like because we can escape them so easily.
Yes, and when we begin creating those quiet moments again, we may notice something surprising.
We may discover that our phone wasn't only filling our free time, it was also filling every little space where our own thoughts could appear.
And those quiet spaces can be more valuable than we realize. When there is no video, message, or notification in front of us, our mind finally has a chance to slow down.
Sometimes that is when ideas appear. You remember something important, think about a problem differently, or simply notice how you were feeling.
Exactly. So spending less time on your phone is not only about removing something from your life.
It is also about making room for other things.
Maybe you make room for reading, exercise, cooking, studying English, or having a real conversation with someone.
Or maybe you simply sit by a window with a cup of coffee and do absolutely nothing.
You really found a way to bring coffee back into this conversation.
I'm consistent. That is one of my strengths.
I'll give you that. But I think there's another important point here. We shouldn't turn reducing phone use into another reason to criticize ourselves.
Yes, if you discover that you spend 5 or 6 hours a day on your phone, you don't need to say, "I'm terrible. I have no self-control."
Instead, you can become curious. Ask yourself, where is that time going, and which parts of it actually make my life better?
Because not all screen time is the same.
Exactly. Calling your family for an hour is different from scrolling through random videos for an hour.
Using your phone to learn English, follow a map, listen to music, or do your work can be useful and meaningful.
So the goal is not necessarily less screen time at any cost. The goal is more intentional screen time.
Intentional means you are doing something on purpose. You know why you picked up your phone.
For example, you might say, I'm going to answer my messages for 10 minutes.
Then, after 10 minutes, you put the phone down instead of accidentally beginning a 45-minute journey through the internet.
A journey where you start by answering your friend and somehow end up watching a man build a swimming pool in the forest.
Why are those videos so difficult to stop watching?
I have no idea, but this is exactly why having a clear purpose can help.
Another useful word is boundary. A boundary is a limit that you create to protect your time, attention, or well-being.
You can create a simple boundary like, I don't use my phone during meals.
Or, when I'm talking to someone, my phone stays in my pocket.
I really like that second one, because attention is something we give to people.
And when someone gives you their full attention, you can feel the difference.
Imagine telling a friend about an important problem. You're speaking, but every 30 seconds they look down at their phone.
Even if they say, I'm listening, you probably don't feel completely heard.
Exactly. Our phones can connect us to people who are far away, but sometimes they disconnect us from the person sitting right in front of us.
That is a strange contradiction.
A contradiction is a situation where two ideas seem opposite. A device designed for connection can sometimes create distance.
So maybe a good question is not, is my phone bad? But instead, is the way I'm using my phone helping the life I want to have?
That question feels much more useful. And you don't need a dramatic digital detox to make a difference.
Digital detox means taking a break from phones, social media, or other digital technology for a period of time.
Some people enjoy doing that, but small changes can also be powerful.
You could start with one phone-free meal, 30 minutes without social media, or leaving your phone in another room while you study.
And if you forget one day, you can simply try again. Changing a habit takes time.
We often expect ourselves to change immediately, but habits usually develop slowly and disappear slowly too.
Before we finish, let's review a few useful words from our conversation.
The first word is awareness. Awareness means noticing and understanding what is happening.
For example, checking my screen time gave me more awareness of my phone habits.
Another word is procrastination. Procrastination means delaying something important, often because you choose something easier instead.
Next, we have comparison, which means looking at two things and noticing how they are similar or different.
We also learned intentional. If an action is intentional, you choose to do it for a clear reason.
And boundary means a limit you create to protect something important.
Finally, we talked about distraction. A distraction takes your attention away from what you were doing.
Now, think about the question we asked at the beginning. What is the first thing you usually do when you wake up?
And here's another question. What is one small phone habit you would like to change?
Maybe you want to stop checking your phone immediately after waking up.
Maybe you want to put it away during dinner or stop scrolling before bed.
Whatever you choose, keep it small and realistic.
You don't have to throw your phone away and move into a forest.
Especially because Jake would immediately start looking for Wi-Fi.
Absolutely. I have limits.
If you want to practice your English, write your answer in the comments. You can say, one phone habit I want to change is...
Writing a simple sentence like this is a great way to practice English while thinking about your real life.
And remember, technology should be a tool that works for you, not something that quietly controls your attention.
Your phone can be useful, fun, and connecting, but you are still the person who gets to decide when to put it down.
Thank you for spending this time with us here on Chill English Channel. Keep listening, keep practicing, and be patient with your English.
And maybe after this episode, put your phone down for a few minutes, look around, and enjoy being offline. See you soon on Chill English Channel.